Good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to all attendees of the webinar. So I'm Manjunatha, heading the customer success at Insulas. So let's envision a scenario. Let's say you're a bank or a financial services company, grappling with an outdated, cumbersome debt recovery systems, maybe plagued by manual workflows, lost opportunities, and frustrated clients. Despite your efforts, you feel the progress feel the stagnant. But what if you could transform this challenge, automate the repetitive tasks, harness the data analytics to drive precision in maybe in your early or late collection strategies, and also foster strong client relationships, so all while dramatically accelerating your recovery timelines. Let's explore how. So at its last, Sekar and team together have built a solution that can help you do just that by leveraging Pega technology and also the customer decisioning hub engine of Pega, which is AI-driven decisioning platform. We enable you to record debts faster and more efficiently. So in this session, we are going to cover how our collection solution will help optimize collection processes. How can we integrate with the customer decisioning hub, or what we call it as AI powered decisioning engine, maybe to send early payment reminders or restructuring the alternative payment plans and etc. So I think we'll walk through those use cases, all those things, and also how it can actually look as an overall architecture in terms of the collection system, right? We'll also walk you through, the platform and some of the processes and case types, and also share some actionable strategies as well, right? So feel free to ask questions in the chat window. So we'll definitely address them during the Q&A session. So let's dive in. So with me, I have Sekar Jothimani, who is a global practice head and delivering the collection solutions for one of our prestigious client across, EMEA as well as APAC. So hi Sekar, thanks for joining in.
Hi, Manju.
So let's actually, go to the basics, right, Shekhar? So let's, could you please explain the key features and the benefits of our collection solution?
Sure, Manju. Our collection solution, right, it's designed to make the collection process smarter and more efficient. It has many features, and I'll highlight few of them. So first is, we have automated the collection process, and we use the workflow to prioritize the accounts based on customer risk profile. And this helps the team to focus on most important cases and recover the debts faster. So, and also our solution, right? It integrates seamlessly with existing system, which ensures the smooth operations. So, and our solution, it uses the customer decision hub, which it analyzes, the customer risk profile and payment history to recommend, the personal strategies that helps the collectors not only improve the collection process but also maintain a good customer relationship. So, in the screen, you can in the screen, right, you can see there is a risk-based collections. Now, mainly this is first of all, right, the customer data is loaded to customer decision hub for risk assessment, right? So then, CDH evaluates the data and it calculates the customized risk score, whether this customer is a low risk customer or a medium risk customer or a high risk customer. Then, this risk score is being added to the customer contact data. Then, the Pega process these contacts into batches to create a case. So when we create a case, right, so there are multiple factors or parameters would be used to, calculate this, what type of cases has to be created. So mainly using the customer risk code, and then the delinquency of the particular payment, and then the payment patterns, what are the payments which they made it in the past, and other parameters of the customer. And also, we will be applying the collection strategy rules will be applied, and with that, right, we'll be creating the respective cases, whether we should create a phone call case or home visit case and all. So finally, once the case has been created, and it will be assigned to the collectors group, depending again on the customer risk profile, right? So the cases would be assigned. Yeah. So next is, if you see the main important feature in our solution is the automated turning process. So which means, sending a timely payment reminders and follow through preferred channels like email or SMS or mobile notifications. So this helps, the collectors. This helps to totally, miss the payments, which lower the delinquency rates, improves the cash flow. The overall, right, if you see with this approach, with this solution, right, we can see the consistent engagement across different channels, whether it is a web, mobile, or email. So customer always, they receive the personalized and unified communications across different channels. Manju. I would say overall, in the nutshell, right, our solution, it speeds up the collection cycles, and it reduces the overdue payments and improves the customer satisfaction. Manju.
Got it. So basically, what you're saying is the solution. Let's say you get a lot of dump from the database. Maybe it could be a data lake, or it could be, the contract management system, or it could be any system which is having, the customer attributes and also the date, past due date, and other details. So CDH engine, takes the data, assigns a risk score based upon the algorithm, whatever that you define, and then after that, the cases will be created, and then it will go to the respective work basket in terms of the early late collection strategies or late collection strategies, and then it creates respective cases and then assign it to the collectors to work on. Right. So that's a okay. That's beautiful. So Shekhar, so once we understand, how does actually the solution works. So my, another question that I have is, which is basic, right? So what are the, common challenges that that any bank or financial services see in the collection management solutions, right? So what you are actually trying to solve here?
Okay. So if you see challenges perspective, right, there are different challenges. So from a collector's side, right, the collectors, right, they often face unpredictable payment behavior, meaning sometimes, right, customers pay on time, and others, they delay their payment. So this inconsistency, right, it makes difficult to forecast the cash flows and prioritize the collections. So, our next challenging part is managing the communication across the different channels, whether it is a call or email or other messaging apps, right? So, this becomes complicated, and which may lead to, missed follow-ups with the customer. And next challenging part from a collector point of view is, the data silos. When I say data silos, is nothing but the customer data. If a customer data has been scattered and it's been placed in different systems, then
Systems.
which, yeah, systems, and which prevents the collectors to accessing the real time customer data, their past payment history of payments and their risk profiles. It's very hard for collector to understand the customer behavior, Manju. Next, the complexity, the challenges is in terms of complexity in navigating, the different compliance rules and the regulatory policies, where each country has to follow it out. So this is also one of the real challenges for the collectors. So when it comes to the customers, right, so customers also face challenges. Sometimes, they make the payments, but their payments, do not show up in their accounts, maybe due to the delays or in some integration issues from a system perspective. And this causes, right, unnecessary confusion, and also many customers, right, they also find lack of flexible payment options. So when I say flexible payment options, is nothing but, so in case if a customer is facing a financial difficulties and that particular customer is not able to make a payment on time, so if the payment plans are too rigid, and this will allow them to discourage to make the payment on time, and also they would be less likely to pay on time. So this is one of the challenging part from a customer side. And obviously, the last part is about this poor or inconsistent communication is also a challenging part, Manju.
So you have seen the challenges both from the collector's perspective as well as from the customer perspective. So when it comes to the internal employees of the bank, or what we call them as collectors, they should have the right system, in front of them to assist the customer, right? Either it could be, bringing data, or whatever the required data, and showcasing as customer 360, right? And also trying to ensure that the the system itself has the right data with respect to the customer, and also maybe if they would have called the customer service department or some other department, they also have the history so that they know what exactly that is happening with the customer. And the customer said they also face challenges with respect to even though if they are paid, the system is not reflecting right that they have paid, and then it's going to be a brand reputation challenges. I got it. So that's an interesting one. So how your solution is going to address all these challenges? Of course, we talked about of course the problems itself is going to be the solution, but how that is getting reflected from a Pega technology perspective.
Sure, Manju. So, as I mentioned, our solution, right, it automates the manual process. So, with this automation, right, it removes the repetitive task, and it, overall, it reduces the mistakes which normally, occur in operational processes. And also, this solution, right, it speeds up the collection cycles, and which helps the team to focus on more valuable activities like engaging with customers and developing the strategy plans. So our solution, right, it offer enhanced visibility with interactive dashboards and real-time reports. So this feature, right, it helps the collector to get the useful insights about the customer behavior, their payment in the past history, interaction history, their payment trends, and overall collection performance. So with this, right, it helps the collectors and the team to make a smarter and faster decision. And also the good part is how our solution is addressing all the challenges. We use AI capability. So when I say AI capability, so our solution uses the power of AI basically for decision making with seamless communication, omni-channel communication. So this AI engine, right, how it works is it works in a real time and analyzing the data to helps the team to make smarter and faster decision across the operations, Manju.
So you have the AI capability to even suggest, some of the actions that you can take on behalf of the customer, or when you're actually on a call with the customer, that it actually suggests what based upon their payment patterns and all those things, right? So what it, when if it is a financial situation for the customer, right, it might suggest the repayment plan, options, etc. So understood. So now I think there are a lot of the tools in the market, right? If I'm not wrong, there could be enterprise platforms and specific to solving these challenges. How does your solution stands out in this crowd of the platforms or the solutions?
Sure, Manju. So our solution, right, it offers the comprehensive approach with the full data visibility, I would say. So with the customer 360, I would say 360 degree of customer view, and then with our automated workflows and auto case creation based on the risk factor, all those things. It's a it's one of the outstanding part in the market of our solution. So next is we have done integrations with auto dialers. Mainly this is for reaching out to the customer in a faster way. And our solution is the very important the part is our solution is built using a Pega platform with the situation layer cake, which allows the organizations to structure their application in a way that it supports the reusability, specialization, and extensibility. So with this situation layer cake, right, it's very easy to manage the multi-country rollouts while meeting regulatory and compliance standards. So one of the real-time example which I want to share it over here is for one particular customer, we have done a country rollouts in 6 weeks of time, Manju, with the power of the Pega situation layer cake. So yeah, and our solution, right, it uses a omni-channel communication, which ensures the customers enjoy a smooth and personalized experience, whether they are engaging through a web or mobile or whatever channel. And the good part is our solution, right, it follows the industry best practices and business rules in terms of collection processes, which helps the collectors to interact with the customers and take the right decisions. And also the one important the outstanding part is our platform, our solution is highly customizable. You can easily customize the workflows, user interfaces, and business tools to perfectly align with your business client's business needs and compliance needs, Manju.
So what you're saying is, that it is an unified platform which can work across multiple, the countries. If it is a, if the bank is present in multiple countries, if it is a global bank, right? And then it's a matter of doing the right integration to their customer, CRM systems or content management systems to get the data, and then everything else is configured already in the platform. And then you might have to deal with here and there some of the regulations and the compliance stuff specific to that country, and as well as, maybe if you want to have another processes, or change the processes depending upon another country, right? So that's the power of situation layer cake that you're talking about. And also, I believe, there are some more advantages with this platform where you have orchestrated and also brought in customer 360, right? It can integrate with multiple systems, get the right data, and also what you're saying is an omni-channel experience that you have provided, right? So it could be an email or chat, or it could be, the telephone, that you are connected to the same system to have a consistent user experience across all these channels, right? So that's a great stuff, Shaker. So why don't we look at this architecture? I'm very curious to get into the architecture and see what kind of components it has got.
Sure, Manju. If you see from architecture point of view, right? So this solution, as I mentioned, right, is being built on Pega platform. So the business left hand side you can see, the case management and Pega application, right, and then right hand side you can see the customization app, right. So the business users can easily access it through a Pega portal. So from there, they can manage various collection activities, whether it is making a phone call case or scheduling a field visit or handling reposition or starting litigations or managing write-off. So if you see from a case type point of view, right, you can see what are the different case types which we highlighted. One is the phone call case. The next is field visit case. Next is a hardship case, and we have a reposition case types. So these are all the case types. So litigation one, then recovery, then we have a forced termination, we have a provisional attachments, write off, and the provisional disposition. So these are the case types, right? With our collection, domain expertise knowledge, we have come up with all these case types. If you see from process wise, right, based
So when
on
I
the
say
business.
case steps, it is a processes. So if I'm
Correct.
not wrong, maybe that you have the processes also mapped to the something called the products. It could be a personal loan, home loan, auto loan,
Correct.
depending upon what kind of product the customer is having a delinquency. Then
Correct.
you are going to kickstart the processes automatically, right? Depending upon whatever
Yes.
the risk-based collection algorithm that you said. Okay.
Yes, Manju. See, these are the case types which I mentioned, right? Next is the more sensitive cases like hardship or provisional attachments or litigations or even the forced terminations, right? So we have streamlined these processes to make it, small. I would say to make the process smoother. So it will be really helpful to the collectors. So if you see the other side is we have, the vendor or agency communication. So vendor or agency communication is how they can communicate to the collector is we have built something called Installa's IDC portal. We used to call it as IDC portal. So Installa's digital collaboration portal. Mainly this portal has been built using Constellation SDK pack. So this is something like a self-service portal, or it's a kind of a portal where it's an external portal where this is mainly for making the task assignments and then collaborations with the collectors. This is mainly for much collaboration easier way and all, Manju. Plus, if you see from an integration point of view, right, the system is fully integrated with other key platforms like loan origination system or a payment system or any other online form systems. So uh, this gives the user seamless and connected, I would say connected experience. So this is about this left hand side, Manju. When it comes to the right hand side, what we have is we
So,
have a.
so before you go to the right hand side, I just wanted to have a little more clarity that you talked about the Constellation portal, right?
Yeah.
So the vendors or agencies, right? So they are actually the third party users who are not part of the bank or financial services. So let's say if they wanted to do a field visit or do a home visit, to check what is the status of the customer, whether they can do the payment or payment to promise or whatever. So instead of you sending an email to that agency, you have provided an agent portal itself, and then to the part of maybe the collection, sorry, the APIs. You talked
API.
about the translation
Ex-
APIs. So the case will be allocated to the agency or agents, right? And they can feed back the information back to the original collection case, so that the collectors don't have to wait for whether the agents have done the work or not, right? So instead of you waiting for the agent to send an email, take that email, and then
yes.
process their case and etc. So that's where okay, the vendor and the agency
This
put.
yeah, this IDC portal comes to the picture. Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
And then you also have the integration directly to the credit workflow systems and etc., right?
correct.
Depending upon the product, whether it could be a home loan or auto loan or whatever, mortgage or whatever.
Perfect.
And then you have the right hand side, you are talking about customer decisioning hub. So please go ahead, Shekhar.
Yeah, so from a customer decision point of view, right? So we begin by collecting the customer data from systems like the loan origination system or a payment system or any other contract management system. So this includes everything from raw data and to derive the insights of the customer for with the predictive models and then with the customer interaction history, right? So the powerful part is it's all about the data has been processed in real time and allowing the systems to respond immediately. So that is the main important part. Next is about once the data next the data moves into NBA designer, the next best action designer. So this is where the smart decisioning happens. So the NBA designer, right, it uses a taxonomy to define the organization structure, and it manages the constraints, and it follows the engagement policies, and it applies the arbitrations to decide the best communication channel to reach out to the customer. So this is how the NBA designer it works and all. So once the decisions are made, then it moves the customer experience phase. So this is where the customer receives the timely or relevant interactions, whether like a payment payment reminders or payment plan suggestions. All those things come into actions and all, Manju. So one important thing which I want to highlight is, so as we have used CDH, so this model, whatever we come up is adaptive model. So this is mainly for this with this one, right? Its ability to learn and adapt from each and every interactions. With this continuously improves the engagement with the customer, Manju.
I have actually two questions on this slide. So, if it is possible, I just wanted to understand how does the processes, like, maybe a field visit or the recovery, whatever it could be, in a Pega Designer Studio, if you can open and showcase, and also maybe showcase the 360 degree and etc. Right? How it actually looks as a solution or an application. The second would be, after you explain this, maybe I wanted to see how we have defined the user journey when it comes to the Pega customer decisioning app. Is it possible to showcase those processes and then see
Sure,
how
Manju.
does that would be great, Shekhar.
Sure, Manju. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
Manju. I hope you are able to see my screen.
yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
I'm excited to see how does that look.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the processes that
So
that
these are the
define.
different case types which we come up, Manju. As I mentioned, these are the different case types which we come up. So let's say if we take a home visit case. So the home visit cases, as we have discussed about this home visit case, mainly the this case would be assigned to the external agencies. External agency, they will be visiting to the customer's home, and then they will be getting the feedback about the customer, and then they will be
So this
inputting.
is where your the digital collaboration will come in.
Exactly, Manju. Yes, this is where the digital collaboration comes into picture, where the external agency will be going to the customer place, and then they will get the feedback, and then they will be feedbacking into the external agency portal, like the vendor portal or the external portal. Then it will come to over here. So this is the flow of this home visit. Next is I quickly want to show the phone call case.
The phone call is case is just a process where it will be assigned to the collectors, do the phone call automatically, maybe through auto
Yeah.
dialers. And once
Yes.
it connects to the customer, the collectors will be talking to the customer and getting the payment to promise date and all those details, am I right?
Yes, yes, Manju. Yeah, you're right.
So it's a simple process, right?
It's
And
just
then
very
maybe you
simple
have
process.
yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe the repotion or rate of processes will be much complex.
So maybe if we can go for litigation, let's say
Yeah,
litigation.
yeah. So which has got multiple stages.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you see the litigation, right, so this is a new litigation, then it will go for approval. Then this proxy sheet and all it will be generated, which is record for court orders, generating the court order sheet. Then it
Oh,
comes to the
okay.
proxy sheet, then sending an email, then litigation execution occurs, then it will move to different stage. Then the actual
So
thing
this
will
is
happen.
where you were talking about maybe it differs from country to country when it comes to litigation process
Yeah.
and
Yes,
then
Manju.
generating the order sheet or whatever. So this is where that you can go and configure and change as per that particular specific country. So can we
Yes.
see, look at the 360-degree view in a port?
Sure, Manju. I'll do it right away.
So I'm asking you to navigate through multiple portals.
Yeah.
So what you saw, what we saw, see is actually like Dana Studio. Now we are going to the user portal. Okay.
So quickly I'll create one. So basically, this is for searching a contract with this particular contract. We can go and because so everything as per the solution, everything would have the case creation would happen and automatically as it is
So
a
you're
demo
just for
process.
demonstration.
Demo,
You're searching for a contract. Okay, that's fine.
yes, with this
And this
contract,
is
right?
a personal
It's phone
loan.
call,
Okay.
personal loan cases. So when we go and create it, so here you can see the customer 360 view where the customer information will be shown here. The customer
This is the
details will be
basic
there.
customer
Customer
information.
details. Yeah.
Okay.
So
The
next is
product
when you go
name.
for a contract, right? Then it'll show the list of contracts with this customer. Then actually, it comes to the asset information. So this is the place where whether
Oh, it
what type of
has
product
got group loan and the personal loan.
was a
Okay.
loan. So those informations would be shown. The product, basically the different products. Then
Right.
it comes
This
actual.
particular collection case is on personal loan.
Correct. So this is the actual one about the payment informations where what are the
Okay, this
different
is where
receipts
when they have paid
information.
and all those things. Okay.
Yes. Then repayment plan
Okay.
and
This
the
is
charge information. So the complete payment information will be shown here. So then it comes the communication channel, communication information. Basically, what are the different cases have been created for this particular contract and all, Manju. Then actually another case informations. So these are the the complete customer 360 view of a particular customer related to the different payments and all those information. Manju.
so if you scroll up, I just wanted to see, look at the fields. Okay, target role.
Mm.
Okay.
So this is mainly for let's say the phone call case, right? So this is nothing but the phone call case would be created, and then the customer would be calling to the customer, and with while they are discussing with the customer, they will be filling all these details. So let's say if they select a promise to pay, meaning nothing but when they are discussing with the customer, and they will check with the customer how much money they can go and make the payment make the payment in the follow-up date, basically at what date they can go and make the payment and all. So like that, right, where they will be filling these details, and they will be selecting what is the payment option also, whether they're going to pay via EFT or what are the different payment methods. So then actually it comes to the risk indicators, whether what sort of financial capability they have, and then what is the risk information, and then all those the fraud information and all will be
So if at
captured
all,
over
if
here.
they give this information, they also get those details.
Yes.
So this, I think this is where you're talking about, right? If let's say they have said, okay, after 15 days I'll make the payment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you got the follow-up date time. So what happens after 15 days, right? So let's say the customer has not paid that the amount whatever he has promised, he or she has promised,
Mm-hmm.
and the follow-up date is actually elapsed. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens
So,
next?
yeah, again, then the phone call case would be get created, and the same case would be routed to the same collector, Manju.
So
So
this
that's
is this is
where,
what you're talking about. You send this lost call handler as a
yes,
collector name or
yes,
ID
Manju,
to the dialer, and
correct.
then again, it connects to the same person so that it can have the faster resolution of the case.
Yes,
And the
Manju.
current case will get resolved, and the new case will automatically create based upon follow-up date time.
Yes, Manju. So what I'll do is actually now I'll quickly walk through one user journey with slides. I'll just quickly
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
you
I
through
think
it
that would
so
be
it will be
helpful.
very clear. Sure,
That
Manju.
would be helpful.
Sure. So if you see from a user journey perspective, right, so here you can see, here you can see the complete journey, right? So as I said, so based upon the customer risk profile, the delinquency, the past payment, and then the customer data and the collection strategy, right? The cases would be get automatically get created in Pega, right? So if you see from a process wise, right, based on the 2 days before the due date, right? So we send a friendly reminder to the customer, letting them to know that the payment is upcoming soon, so that they can make the payment on time. So that is the first initiation would be done. Next is 3 days from the payment due date, right? So again we'll be sending a sorry again the payment has again if the payment has not been made, we send a gentle reminder to the customer and asking them to take care of their outstanding balance. So mainly this is something like a warning message. Then 10 days from the due date, right, if the payment is still overdue, then we'll follow up with the phone call case. So that's what the phone call case which I've created it. So while when they are discussing with the customer, right, they remind about their, I mean, they will be actually checking with them, and then they will be asking them when they can pay it out. So then the 12 days from the payment date, right? So the formal warning would be sent. Still if they are not made the payment, then formal warning message would be sent, and then late fees would be added to the account. Then 18 days from the payment date, Manju. So that's where again the phone call case will be created through Pega, and they will be again following up the customer and remaining the customer that they need to pay the overdue. So then it comes to the 20th day from the payment date, where we send an email notifying that we'll be scheduling a field visit, and we'll be creating a field visit case. So when I say field visit case is nothing but that's where actually the home visit case would be created. So then the 30th date from the payment date, right? Still, if the customer is not make the payment, then that's where the case would be escalated to the external agency, where they will go and visit the customer place, and then they will follow up with the customer and all Manju. So this is the overall journey of a particular customer, where what are the different stages, reminders, and the cases would be get created. Manju, it's one of
I
the
think
use case, Manju.
that's what we were talking about. The CDH engine also plays a very important role in getting all these customer attributes, including the delinquency value or a DPD value,
Yeah.
that is date past due value, and apply some algorithm or do some assessment to find out the risk associated to the contract or associated to the asset, what you call maybe personal or own book contract, whatever it is, and then it follows the journey. Okay. So I think you already touched based upon how this solution is going to improve the experience either for a customer or even for a collector. I just wanted to also maybe emphasize again on the same thing. So what's the end benefit for the customers or also even for the collectors, that is internal employees of the bank?
Yeah, so if you see from a solution perspective, right, Manju, our solution, right, it truly transforms the collection process, making it more efficient, and it streamlines both for customers and agents, right? So we have, and also we have built a constellation-based self-service portal, which allows the customers to manage their accounts and set up the payment plans, which independently eliminating the need to contact agent or not. So also, we have with our solutions, right, we have increased the collection efficiency by 30 percentage, where this is mainly with the help of integrating with the auto dialers for faster outreach, and routing the call to the same collectors who previously handled the customers. This is mainly for resolving the issues in a faster way. And also we have integrated the solutions with WhatsApp and WeChat to expand the self-service options to improve the customer's engagement. So, and also I want to share a success story of our solution, Manju, which really it helped the client significantly improve their overall collection rates and better manage their NPS. So, and also with our solutions, right, they could be able to achieve the 30 percentage increase their collection rates, and overall, right, in terms of their customer service, it totally reduced the call volumes by 40 percentage in the customer service platform, Manju.
So basically, what you're saying is, as part of your success story, but you're able to reduce some of the financial losses to the bank. So that's impressive. So, so that's very impressive for sure. I wanted to ask the similar question. Can you share any success story where a solution improved the efficiency? I think you already answered to that question. So, so having said all these things, I think you have the AI stuff embedded. So you have the the processes, maybe uh, as part of the case steps and situation layer cake. It's all there, right? So what is something that you wanted to improve, and what are the, let's say, as a solution you should be keep improving, right? So what could be your next features rollout as part of this particular product or a solution?
Sure, Manju. We are planning to roll out, the virtual agent, which provide a 24/7 support for the payment inquiries or account resolutions, which ensures the customers to get immediate assistance anytime they need it. And in addition, right, so we are working on advanced learning models through a customization hub to analyze the customer risk profiles more efficiently. This will help us to streamline the complete to speed up the collection process and making the decision making processes. And also we want to enhance the mobile capabilities for provide a seamless experience to the customers, Manju. So Manju, one more thing which I want to share it out is, as we touched upon this CDH one, right? So I want to
Yeah, so I just wanted to understand, because this is very confusing. What exactly the CDH is going to do? That one is, of course, the risk-based score. Okay, you have this.
Yeah, so that's from CDH perspective, right? So first is the customer risk segmentation. So this anyway, I just walked through the about the risk based collections, right? This is mainly to categorize the customers by risk levels using a factors like demographics or the customer data and their industry stripe which they belong, and allowing the team to focus on collectors effectively, right, where they need to give a much importance in terms of customers and all. So next is the predictive analytics is one of the is the part where using a CDH, right, we can analyze the past payment behavior to predict the potential defaulters and late payments, right. This is mainly to help us to act them before any issues arises. And next, from a use case point of view, is the real-time engagement. This is where the Pega's CDH engagement, which with the contact policies, right, they can better manage the customer's communications efficiently and ensuring the timely and overall, right, with this real-time engagements, right, we can build a very good relationship with the customer, Manju. So when it comes to the actions, right, so in the slide you can see, so the collection applications, right, it generates the collections events, and with that, right, it will integrate with the CDH using REST APIs and all. So then with the Pega NBA, right, Nespace actions, it analyze the data and it will determine the suitable actions. When it comes to outbound actions point of view, right, there are three different actions. One is the payment remainder, next is the payment plan, and next the last one is the grace period offers. So mainly this is, as I said, right, payment reminders are nothing but with the automated timely reminders. That's what I gave a walkthrough about this user journey, right? So this including the promise to pay follow-ups and keep the customers on track about their payments and all. Next is the payment plans. So this is the main part where based upon their risk score and the past payment history, CDH, it recommends whether if this still the customer is not paying on time, then it will recommend whether hardship case or whether there any personalized payment plan can be suggested for this customer. So this is mainly for the payment plan actions. When it comes to the grace period offers, right, this is nothing but just giving based upon the, again multiple factors. This CDH engine will suggest whether we can give extension of the payment date on the customer for the customer and all. So these are the different outbound actions, Manju. So overall, right, with these actions, right, you can see there will be a proactive approach which helps engaging the customers and maintaining the good positive customer engagement with the customers,
Customer
Manju.
relationship. Okay. So understood. I think this is a great piece of information, Shekhar. So I think we have navigated through all the aspects of the solution. So thanks, Shekhar, for that. So let's say I'm a bank or a financial institution, right? I wanted to actually absorb this platform and then make it happen to be implemented in the premises, right? So So where do we start?
Yeah, Manja, sure, I got it. So we have a framework in place, right? So whatever we come up is based upon our domain expertise, knowledge, and then based upon our different implementations, we come up with framework in place, which covering which processes, the different case steps which I walk through, right? And we have a data and integrations. So so totally, we can skip the ideation phase and immediately we can start leveraging this platform for any collection implementations. So what we need to align on with the businesses on the data integrations and regulatory and compliance requirements and with their existing processes. So if there is any configurations or changes are needed, then we can go and quickly create it and we can implement it. So we are so confident that we can deliver this solution as a MVP and having it up and running in the client premises within the 3 months of time. Joe.
So
So with
that's
our
yeah. Within 3 months, we are able to bring these collection solutions to live, maybe to the production, and then start working on you know the strategies. Either it could be early collection strategies or late collection strategies. So very impressive, Shekhar. Thanks for sharing all the insights of this particular solution. Thank you all for joining us today. I don't think there is any Q&A. There are no questions. So hope you got the valuable insights into enhancing your debt recovery with Pega technology and the AI-driven decisioning. If you are ready to take the next step, so myself and Shekhar are here to support you. Feel free to reach out with any questions or to explore how solution can benefit your business. We can walk you through the demo, the complete demo of the application by uploading some of the contact data and then creating respective cases and going through the risk-based collection algorithm and etc. So we are happy to do that as a complete end-to-end demo. So our contact details are actually displayed on the screen. I think it's Sekar's contact details. So there is a WhatsApp. You can directly WhatsApp him, or you can also send an email. So once again, thank you, and we look forward to helping you optimize your collection process. So have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shekhar, for sharing the insights. It was a great
thank you,
insight. Thank
Manju.
you.
Thank you.
Take care.